This is the new Skoda Kodiaq VRS. It's a high-performance 7-seater SUV. It's basically supposed to be a have-your-cake-and-eat-it car, but could it end up being a jack-of-all-trades and master of none? Well, you're going to find out, because I'm going to review this car, and I will reveal to you one feature on this car which could put you off buying it in the first place. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching Carwow.
Skoda is part of the Volkswagen Group, which also includes Audi, Bentley, Porsche, Lamborghini, Seat and Cupra. These brands are obviously quite different, but many of their cars are built using the same two chassis designs. The so-called MLB platform is used for large saloons and SUVs, like the Audi A8 and Lamborghini Urus. These have engines that are mounted lengthways. The MQB platform uses transverse engines, so they're mounted sideways in the engine bay, and are primarily used for vehicles that are also mainly front-wheel drive. The MQB platform underpins many hatchbacks and family SUVs, from the Volkswagen Golf to this Skoda Kodiaq VRS. But even though it shares its chassis with some pretty ordinary cars, this Kodiaq VRS is a bit of an outlier because it's one of the only sporty 7-seater family SUVs on sale.
The new Kodiaq VRS is powered by this 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with 265 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque.
That's the same power as a Volkswagen Golf GTI. But unlike that car, which has a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox and front-wheel drive, this Skoda VRS has all-wheel drive. So let's see how it helps in a 0 to 60 test.
This is mad. Skoda 7-seater practical family SUV. Left on the brake, floor the throttle, launch control active, launching. Good hookup that was. Wow. Here we go. What's the time? 5.91 seconds.
That's 4/10 of a second quicker than Skoda claims, and that's not all.
Here's a list of supposed sports cars that are slower than this 7-seater Skoda SUV. As well as increasing the acceleration performance, Skoda has improved the stopping performance of the VRS version of the Kodiaq. They've given it some upgraded brakes. You've got ventilated discs up front, gripped by 2-piston calipers, which are painted red. Does the red effect improve the braking? Let's find out. Brake test from 60 miles an hour. Anything close to about 35 meters is good in a big car like this. What will it do? Entering the braking zone in 3, 2, 1 now. That was good. I can tell that was good. Whoa, 33 meters. Boom, it's like a sports car. Actually, I just did the BMW M2. Got exactly the same.
However, the VRS treatment doesn't just include mechanical upgrades. Skoda has bolstered this car's appeal with a few cosmetic tweaks too.
Let's start with the grille. So, it's in black, which looks sportier. Plus, you have this little light bar integrated into it. This is what it looks like when it's illuminated. And of course, there is the VRS badging there as well. Got a more aggressive and sportier lower front bumper. There's side breathers, and yes, they are real. I use this carwow stick of truth to illustrate that look. Yeah. Moving down the side, 20-inch alloy wheels as standard. They're all the same design. You get contrasting black door mirrors. There are black roof bars, black window surrounds. Then at the back, you have the telltale sign of every VRS that you don't get on a standard Skoda, and it's the full-length reflector strip there on the lower bumper. And once again, this lower bumper is a bit more aggressive and sporty than on the standard Kodiaq. Plus, wow, look at these exhaust pipes, they're massive. And these exhausts are exaggerated. There's real exhaust pipes in there, but this is a bit like putting a sock down your pants, isn't it? Anyway, you also get the VRS badging here at the back. But other than that, it's very just like a normal Kodiaq, just sportier. Skoda's made some changes to the VRS's interior over the standard Kodiaq. So you have a 3-spoke instead of a 2-spoke steering wheel. Got VRS badging on it and red stitching. You also have red on the dials to give you that increased sporty feel, and the font is a bit more racy. You get the top of the range infotainment system as standard, and you know, it's all right. It's not the best, but it's fine. And then you get these sport seats. That's one of the biggest changes. So they're holding you pretty nicely in place. They do have like this extendable base, which is good. You can either get them in faux leather or faux leather and faux Alcantara, which would be my pick. The thing I don't like about them is that while you have VRS embossed on the headrest push a little bit too far forward, so it's not great for your posture. Other upgrades include Alcantara or faux leather here on the center console and here on the doors with this kind of slightly over-exaggerated stitching there. There's some different interior trims here and on here. You also get that Alcantara here on the dash as well, which is nice, but once again, I don't like that stitching at all. Anyhow, you also get some aluminium pedals. Yeah. Other than that, same as a normal Skoda Kodiaq. So you got some cup holders under there. Excuse the crumbs. It wasn't me. It was the person that had this car before me. I had a video. Yes, Jack. You. You dirty bugger. Look at that. Look at that mess you've left. Anyway, You've got your wireless charging there, and it is cooled, which is nice. There's storage under here. There's big door bins which are lined with felt. There's also one glove box there and a second one there. Lovely. The sportiness continues here in the middle row, so you've got the red stitching on the seat backs, you've got the red stitching here on the doors, the fake Alcantara here as well, the new interior trim, even the seats, they're trimmed in the same stuff as in the front, so the Alcantara and the faux leather, yeah, as in the normal Kodiaq look. Oh, they slide, and where's the lever? They recline quite a way too. As for the back seats, let's see, the theme continues all the way back there. Let's get into the rear, it's not bad, just like that, get in. What I will do is move this out of the way so you can see what's happening. Right, so yeah, look, we've got the same Alcantara faux leather going on here. Pull this back. It's a little bit tight, as in the standard car. I mean, it's not going to be any different really, is it? Just because this is the VRS. So the thing that would concern me would be travelling in the back here, kind of penned in a little bit, while someone's getting a bit carried away because this is the sporty version. Oh, you get a bit travel sick, wouldn't you? Unlike with some other performance vehicles where the boot capacity is slightly smaller because of, I don't know, subwoofers in the boot or the exhaust system or diffs, no change on the Kodiaq. So with all 7 seats in place, 340 litres of space, which is great. Fold down these seats, let's with that button in it, go down, there you go. And this one, you have 845 litres of space. It's huge. So I was trying to think of what kind of SUV that gives you sporty performance, has 7 seats and is super practical. And it took a while, but I found one. If you want to find out what it is and the saving on it through Carwow, click on the pop-out banner up there or scan the QR code on screen now.
But the Skoda Kodiaq VRS doesn't tick every box. Here are a few things I found pretty annoying about it.
It's not great if you sat in the back behind these wide-shouldered sport seats because they just ruin your view out the front. These diamond cut alloy wheels are quite easy to curb, as you can see. Now that wasn't me. I might blame Jack for that again, although I don't know if it was him. Anyhow, because you've got like this two-tone paint on them, they're going to be a bit more tricky to refurbish as well. Skoda fitted this car with a speaker which makes fake noises when you're in sports mode. So put it into sports mode. I don't think that's a valve in the exhaust, it's actually a speaker going. You really notice it when you're in the car, especially in the back. Here we go. Give it a few revs. I mean, listen to that. That's just fake. Turn it off. Rev it. That sounds normal. Turn it back on again. Ugh. Oh, it's just embarrassing. The price of this car is quite extreme really for a Skoda, so it's £55,000. It's a lot of money, isn't it? What I'd do is go for a different version of the Skoda Kodiaq because it's a great car, and to find out what that is and the saving on that car through Carwow, I've gone on my phone and I've configured the car using the Carwow configurator. If you want to find out what it is, click on the pop-out banner up there, scan the QR code on screen or follow the link in the description. You will be pleasantly surprised. Normally with a sporty car there's a bit of theatre with the starter button, but not on this car because the Kodiaq is placed out of view here really. You don't see it, do you? You just press it where the keys to go in older cars. Seems like a missed opportunity. I'd like to start it.
However, there are still plenty of things to like about this Skoda Kodiaq VRS.
There's ISOFIX on the front passenger seat, which is a win in my book. The VRS comes with acoustic glass as standard, so it helps make the car feel nice and quiet when you're cruising on the motorway. Well, as long as you've turned off that stupid blooming exhaust speaker. Every paint colour, apart from red, is standard. It may be sporty, but it's still sensible, because the VRS model still gets all Skoda's simply clever features, such as an umbrella in the door. There's also an eye scraper in the fuel filler cap. If someone wants their greasy, grubby fingers across your screen like that, you have this handy little screen cleaner. Goodbye, dirty dirtiness. There's also a handy built-in funnel to the top of the screen wash, look. Now, I have missed some other simply clever things, which if you're a Skoda fan, I'd like you to comment what they are in the comments below. You get adaptive dampers as standard with all these different settings, which is nice. Also, you have special sports dampers on the rear axle. I've got another cool thing for you, but it's nothing to do with this car. It's about electric cars because the UK government has announced a grant to give you some money towards the purchase price of such a vehicle. It has excluded certain cars, such as ones from Chinese manufacturers, but then they've struck back by lowering their prices anyway. It's absolutely crazy. For instance, on Carwow right now, you can save a whopping 20% off an MG4. The normal list price is £27,000. If you want to see all the latest savings that have been sparked by this crazy grant and price war, you need to head to Carwow now. I'll put a link in the description of this video and the pinned comment. You can go there directly now by clicking on the pop-out banner up there or scanning the QR code. Now you need to move quickly because these offers won't be around forever. For a big 7-seater SUV, this car actually handles really well, so you can razz it down a back road alarmingly quickly, and despite being quite tall, it doesn't lean or list too much in the bends. There's something about this big Skoda Kodiaq VRS which reminds me of the VW Golf R. That's not surprising because they actually share their basic underpinnings and their engine. But there is a problem. You see, while this is effectively a Golf R underneath, it's a Golf R that's bigger, it's heavier, it's taller with a higher centre of gravity, and it lacks the VW Golf's clever rear differential. As a result, it's nowhere near as much fun as a Golf R. And of course, it's just physically larger, so you just have less confidence to fling it about down a twisty road. And then there's the fact that this is a Skoda Kodiaq. You bought it for your family, and you're not going to be able to actually exploit the VRS-ness most of the time. You know, you get told off by your partner, you'll make your kids sick. It's just not on. And then, when you're on your own, you're most likely driving it to or from work. And in that situation, you're in traffic, so you can't exploit the improved handling or performance. And that just makes you frustrated, especially when you've paid a blooming premium for it. And then there's the factors you're just like tootling along. You look down at the economy and it's like, oh dear, it's 26 mpg. That's worse than any other Kodiaq. Have I made a bad choice? And here's the kicker, because while this car is dynamically pretty capable and impressive, it's not quite impressive enough to warrant, I don't know, taking a detour from your commute to taking some twisty roads and have some fun. Nor are you ever going to get up especially early in the morning to take this thing out solely for a drive. You need to face facts. If you're buying a Skoda Kodiaq, you're being pragmatic. Having one with a VRS badge on it only serves to show other people that you're in denial about that fact. What this car sort of is like the way middle-aged men sometimes wear their belt too low on their waist. Reason being, they want to stay in the same jean size that they wore when they were like in their 20s, when they've actually just got a dad bod. Just get a diesel Kodiaq. That's the one you want. So then, what's my final verdict on the Skoda Kodiaq VRS? Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it? Well, if you really want a 7-seater SUV with a performance engine, then consider it. But really, your money will be better off elsewhere, like a normal diesel Kodiaq.